Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Flying DCS World with Overkill F-18C Hornet, and today we are hopefully going to be wrapping up our AGM-84 SLAM tutorial, the ER, the extended range, as we'll be going through the mission pre-plan mode as well as having it do some pretty cool stuff as along the way. We're going to be firing two missiles simultaneously, so this should be a lot of fun. Moving at stationary ground targets. In our case, Tupolev 42s, I believe what they are, the Bear Foxtrots. So we'll get into what the targets are again in a second here. I might have the designation incorrect there. So first thing we do, make sure we're in air-to-ground mode. Make sure master arm is set. Next, we're going to trigger our slammer, start the time and alignment process. Remember, this takes approximately 3 minutes to complete. Don't worry about the 9-minute time or the 10-minute timer there. What you're looking for is the align quality to say 0-1 good. And again, that takes about 3 minutes, and in which case this timing indicator will go away and you know your missile is ready. We want to maintain mission pre-plan mode. We'll get into that in just a second. Flight profile, we want to go ahead and use medium today. That'll take it down to 15,000 feet. You have high at 35,000, low at 5,000, and medium at 15,000. Electronic fusing, you want to set that to instant. Distance, we're not going to worry about that today as we're not going to be using the Seeker today, which means we're also not going to be using the data link pod. We're going to be basically firing these missiles as fire and forget, which is a lot of fun when you get creative with it. So, first thing that we're going to do is we need to go into the display for the slammer, and we need to go to mission. Now you can see you have pre-plan 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is per station. Notice we are currently on station 8, pre-plan 1. All right, we're going to set a pre-plan 1 for each station, which we'll go over in just a second, each of them having their own independent target. Okay, so getting into that, then the first thing we do is go to target UFC. We need to program the coordinates. Now you can use the waypoints. In our case, we are going to identify them individually. We're going to go to position, latitude. Now remember, in the Caucasus map, you're always going to have northern and eastern as your starting coordinates. We're going to go with northern, and then we're going to move to the F10 map. Coming to the F10 map, we're going to select our Tupolevs here. 142, I knew it was close. And you also want to make sure you pay attention to your coordinates. We want degrees, minutes, seconds, and decimal seconds as precise coordinates. So we're going to tap Alt and Y on our keyboard until we get that. There it is. Degrees, minutes, seconds, decimal seconds. So 43, 26, 56, 13 is our first line. North, so that's 43, 26, 56, enter, 1, 3 for the decimal. And there's our first line. Now to longitude, always starts with easting in the Caucasus area. Click on our aircraft again. 39, 56, 55. 39, 56, 55, enter, and I believe that was 1, 3. We'll double check in just a second as we get our elevation. We need to cycle the target UFC, get to elevation, select feet, go back to our F10 map, select our target again, and here's our altitude right here. And that was actually 63, so we're going to have to adjust that. That was 112 feet on the elevation. And now let me show you how we're going to correct these coordinates here. So we're going to go back to cycle that target UFC, go to position, longitude is the only one we're changing, go to easting, and it was 395655, enter 63, and there we go. And target 1 is now programmed for station 1. So we don't want to hit pre-plan 2 because remember the pre-plans are designated to the station. We want to hit step and switch over to station 2. Okay, now what we're going to do is the exact same thing. Let's go ahead and cycle that target UFC, make sure all is good, go to position, latitude, starting with north again, and they should be very, very similar because they're only a few feet apart. 43, 26, 56, 93. So 43, 26, 56, enter 9, 3, there it goes. And check our easting. And that was 43, 26, 50, yep. And then 39, 56, 58, 05. 39, 56, 58, 05. Enter. And cycle that till we can get the elevation. Boom. Let's turn that up. Go to feet. And it should still be 112 feet, but we'll double check in just a second. So let's double check this one here. 39, 56, 58, 05. 39, 56, 58, 05, 112 feet. All right, cool. Now, so both of our missiles we could fire right now and they will go and strike those targets, but we want to have a little fun with it, right? Let's pull some under siege status here and have the missile actually fly a cool little route. And what we're going to do is if we come down here, let's get rid of that flight stick for a second. This is where you can have fun with it, especially if you're doing recordings or things like that, or just want to see something neat. Create your waypoints, and you can see we've got waypoint here. Let's see here. That should be 1 there. So we have 1, 2... Actually, I think it's right there. 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. Okay, and they're up here is where they are. It's just outside of the map's visibility. So we're going to back up, and we're going to use waypoints. Let's see here. 3. Let's do 2, 3, 4, and 5 is what we're going to do. All right, so let's come up here, and we're going to add some steer points to these. All right, so we're going to start with station 2. And it's just like before, we're going to hit return, go to step, and this, or steer point, excuse me, not step. Steer point 1 for the missile. So we're going to select that. We're going to go waypoint, and we're using waypoint 2 from the aircraft. Press enter. And let's also have it, let's make this a little bit more interesting. On steer point 1, let's have it travel at 1,000 feet off the water. This is going to be kind of cool. If this works, either that or I'm going to mess it up. It's going to slam into a mountain. Either way, the process would be the same. Just don't send it as low as I have. Okay, we're going to cycle our steer point, select steer point 2. And it's going to be waypoint 3. Okay, go back into steer point 2, set our altitude again, feet, 1,000 feet. Then cycle that steer point again. Steer point 3, it's going to be waypoint 4. And the same thing, going to the altitude, 1,000 feet. And then finally, steer point 4 is going to be waypoint 5. And at waypoint 5, let's have it do something a little bit different. Let's have it pop back up and go to 5,000 feet. Boom. Okay? All right. Make a nice little dive angle on it. Now, we need to make sure we come off steer point again and step back to station 8 and do the same thing. So you guys, I'm going to do this very quickly, but you guys just sort of watch along how I'm doing it. Again, steer point 1, waypoint. It's going to be waypoint 2. Steer point 1, change that altitude, feet, 1,000. Cycle the steer point. Steer point 2 is going to be waypoint 3. Enter. Change that altitude, feet, 1,000. Cycle the steer point. Steer point 3 is going to be waypoint 4. Change the altitude again, feet, 1,000. And finally, cycle it again. Steer point 4 could be waypoint 5. And we're going to have it pop up at 5,000. All right. And that is it. Easy peasy pumpkin easy, right? Or pumpkin easy? I don't know what the hell the saying is. And that's all there is to it. The aircraft is already ready to go. We're in air to ground. Master arm is set. Let's give them about 4 or 5 seconds between launches. But there's fire 1. So rifle. And there's number 2. And at this point, it's just a matter of enjoying the show and watching the missiles. Again, at this point, you could turn and engage other targets, whatever you needed to do. But these are fire and forget at this point. It's just a matter of did you program them correctly. And you can see the other missile coming in behind back there. Kind of neat to watch. Here we are chasing the other one. Let's turn those labels off. That's boring. Here's the missile climbing to that 5,000 feet we wanted. Its little buddy should be right behind him. You can see him down there. Again, it's important to remember that anytime you have them climbing like this, you are severely hindering its distance. So just keep that in mind. But it's fun to have fun with it, right? Boom, there's one. And there's two. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial about mission pre-plan mode for the AGM-84H SLAM ER extended range. Remember, you can actually fire this thing from approximately 150 nautical miles away. Obviously, the more waypoints, steer points, turns, and things you have in it are going to change that distance as far as how far from the physical aircraft you can be when launching the target. But if you want to get really creative with your missions or just have a lot of fun with it, you can definitely do some really cool stuff with it. Also, remember, you can only have 5 steer points programmed into each missile. So plan your steer points accordingly if you plan on going through canyons, walls, things like that. But anyway, guys, by all means, let me know if you have any questions, comments down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.